The news at 9 starts right now.
This is Fox 25 Morning News.
Well, with 2013 less than 24 hours away now, most of us resolved to do something about our financial situation in the new year. It may seem like a daunting task, but our next guest is here to show us some simple steps that will add up to big savings. Ike Ikokwu is here. He's a financial advisor, and he's author of the book Winning the Money Game, a regular contributor to the Huffington Post. Ike, good to see you this morning. Happy New Year to you as well. We appreciate you coming in this morning. In reading through your stuff, you've kind of always said, you know, it's the small things you need to focus on here first because they really add up. And the best approach really is to start small when you're looking at this, right?
Absolutely, Gene.
In what way? What particular small thing should folks focus on?
Well, just, you know, takes a little, you know, they say the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So just kind of break down your goals into very simplistic terms in terms of what can I accomplish this month, within 3 months, within 6 months, etc. And as you make progress towards those goals, it'll give you a great sense of accomplishment towards what you're trying to.
Let's break it down a little bit more specifically. You say there are 3 R's. You say that people really need to focus on for a simple budget. What are those 3 R's?
My 3 R's are really being real about the budget, and being real about it is all about really focusing on your actual numbers. You just can't take a stab as to what you think you're spending. You've actually got to track that. And for a lot of people who spend money using cash, that can be a little tricky for them. So I suggest either using the envelope system to kind of track those receipts, or to actually eliminate cash expenditures altogether and use a check card or a credit card if they pay it off on a monthly basis.
So someone, you know, buying gas, they say, I roughly spend $200 a month on gas. That's not going to work.
That's not going to cut it for you. Yeah, you got to get down to the exact numbers.
Okay. What's the next R?
The second one would be being very realistic. So, for instance, a family of 4 that might spend $1,200 a month on groceries, as you set those targets for the month to where you want to get those expenditures down, I couldn't foresee you going from $1,200 to $200. So you got to be very realistic as to what the targets and goals are going to be.
And the last R?
And the last R is to kind of set some rewards in place. And so as you set those targets and you start actually accomplishing some of those goals, reward yourself for some of the good work that you're doing.
All right, one of the things that really caught my attention, these 5 steps you can take, kind of eye-opening things that you call them 5 eye-opening fun facts about spending. And this is based on the 261 days of work during the course of the year, which is pretty typical, I think, for most people. But one, you say eating out each work day and the amount of money you spend there.
Yeah, eating out each work day can actually put a pretty big dent on your wallet. You know, if you're lucky enough to only be able to spend $5 at lunch, over the course of a year, you're probably going to set yourself back about $1,300. If it's $10, which is closer to the national average, it's about $2,600 right there.
All right, and let's talk about those pricey morning breakfast beverages, you know, the fancy schmancy sort of coffee drinks, for example.
I know.
And you could save some real money there, too.
Absolutely. There are a lot of us that can't do with those specialty drinks. We've got to make that morning stop at the Starbucks. But those specialty drinks actually average about $3.25 a pop. And so over the course of a year, that could set you back about $850.
All right, so we're up to about $2 grand here already, just on those 2 items.
Yeah.
You say lower the thermostat on your hot water heater.
Little known ancient Chinese secret.
Did not know that.
If you actually lower the thermostat from about 140 degrees to 120, that could save you about $400 a month, $400 a year, excuse me.
All right, so we're up to what, about $2,400 now. This is one where I get in trouble, going out to eat with the family, because it's kind of the easy way out and everybody's busy. Say, you know what, let's just go out.
Absolutely. You know, for a family of 4 that might go out to eat, and maybe the average ticket runs about $7 per head, you're looking at about $1,600 there in expenditures for the year. You add in the you know, $15% gratuity, and it could push you up there really easy.
So we're just throwing numbers out here. We're already up to about $4 grand, and this is all just on small stuff. Lastly, a lot of people, as they start the new year, hey, I want to get in shape, I'm going to join the gym. But there's a better way you can do that and save yourself some money.
Absolutely. I'm one of those guys who used to look at those home DVD workouts and say, oh, that's pretty cheesy. But I got on P90X about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
absolutely love it. It's a very efficient way to save on time, save on the cost of those gym memberships. Those gym memberships, if you're not factoring the cost of gas and time to actually get there, I'll run you about $50 a month.
Right, and then you, after January, you're even going.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people don't even bother. Last, let me ask you something else here. As people look ahead to the new year with the uncertainty of the fiscal cliff there, anything that people need to do to prepare for that? Because we don't know what's going to happen. Like, how do you prepare for the unknown? That's a tough question.
That's a very tough question. The biggest thing that people can do is actually try to be proactive. And so there's some steps you could have taken this year to lock in the lower capital gains tax rates, the lower income tax rates. But I tell people the bigger fiscal cliff we need to be worried about is actually what's going to happen beyond 2013. Because one thing we know is tax rates are going to go up.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to go up, the best thing you can do to prepare is to start arranging your financial affairs such that perhaps you could be in a much lower tax bracket at retirement. So,
and quickly, tell me about the book.
The book is called Winning the Money Game, Separating the Myths from the Truth, Everything That You Don't Know About Achieving Financial Independence. And it's my path to showing you a lot of staple beliefs that we've come to accept over the course of the years, that we've accepted as the way to go about planning for retirement, that really aren't as staple as we think. So
very interesting stuff. Well, Ike Ikokwu, we appreciate you coming in. Good chat with you this morning.
Thanks, Gene.
Happy New Year to you again.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Let's get over to Shannon.
All right, Gene, thank you. Coming up.